he had ordered so and so things and it doesn't come. So that speed definitely, what we added pace. Pace is there that, okay, today if I am not work, yesterday, last night I had gone and visited one of the, I had gone and attended one of my daughter's function. So he felt that, okay, let's go by the cab. Because if we take our own body, it's going to take too long. I'll miss my daughter's program. So we took a cab. So while I was standing in front of IP college, so I ordered an Ola cab. So they said that, immediately it's going to come there. But I waited for almost 10 minutes. The cab did not come. So I immediately cancelled that transaction. I did not have to wait that I have ordered something, now I have to wait. It's an endless thing. So I could immediately, and the taxi which was standing right in front of the gate, I could take that. And as a simple this thing, I said that because of the delay, I cancelled it. So then I got a mail and everything. But all those things, the pace was really nice. The immediacy of it. Immediately. So I felt that okay, there is somebody, even if it is automated, but somebody is not sleeping to my life, my feedback on it. So I guess speed is there.
And speed is very important. End of the day, we all become very impatient anyway.
So there was a comment which said that customer is becoming our biggest competitor. So what is the relevance for you in the DLF world that your customer is becoming a competitor because they have so many avenues now to reach out to. So how are you optimizing?
See, I think I completely agree with Rajesh that ultimately it is about understanding the passion of your brand, what the brand ethos stands for. And once you understand that and you do not divert from it for quick, easy returns, and the returns are never easy. So many people went into the route and said, okay, my next P&L is going to look really good. And they went through, they did what they did, and today their brand has got diluted. They have understood that they have actually lost what is their critical mass, which is the brand equity. Once you lose, so customers are very sharp. The point I'm going to make here is, customers are your competitors, yes. But what we all need to understand is customers are very sharp, they are evolving, and the pace that we are talking about, and the gentleman just talked about the pace of choosing between the click and good old yellow taxation. So the reason that customers do this is because it's all about consumer experience, and the fact that customers are saying at this point in time, what works for me? Is this brand making me feel good? Is the brand still good enough that it's not got diluted and I can feel it's not about money? Remember, at the same time, customers have got slightly more economically savvy, and also they are richer, and we are a richer country now. People have more disposable income, so they are very clear about what they want to spend on. So in the mall, what we do is, my focus for DLF malls is how do I create communities? What do we want as human beings? Are we, you go to the United States, it's a lonely society in pockets. If you actually live in the United States, it's lonely. We in India, we like to be with people. We like to have community. And as long as we understand that, malls is the biggest breed of good community. And why do good housing developments work? Why does a Magnolia work? Because we've developed a beautiful community. And why does the Hiranandani complex work in Mumbai? Because it's a beautiful community. In the same way, malls are communities, and our focus for malls is how do we create the right community which appeals to that catchment, which appeals to my. So in DLF Mall of India, we are creating a destination mall. It's not something that India has seen so far. You create the product mix so well, but at the same time have the focus on how do I create the right community through the right marketing. People like to be seen with the right kind of people. That's the reality of life. The other thing that we ought to do, and once that is there, shopping is an incidental phenomenon. And the moment you understand that, then you will not go wrong. And that's what is key to mall development in future. You will see this. Why do we like to go to Westfield in London? Because they've created community. There is a click and collect center at Westfield, very interesting. And I'm looking at adopting that at the DLF malls. The reason why I like it is blends in technology. It blends in the fact that there is space. Click and collect is for a particular mall. So what we can do is all the particular brands that are there, So a customer can go online and say, hey, I want to pick up a t-shirt from Lacoste.com, not the spurious one, and I can pick it up from JLF Mall of India's click and collect center. So what do? The person comes in, he likes an online experience, but I am not losing my mall customer. The customer is coming in to collect it, picks up a coffee, sees a movie, has that experience, and picks up something else from another shop that he likes, a Steve Maiden or a Superdry. So that's the way things are evolving. Things are getting blended. So it's all about how to create the right community.
Okay, so Pushpa, you said something very relevant. That shopping is an incidental phenomenon. So I want to ask, where we're talking about, on one hand we're saying that discounting is what is really pushing the click model, and shopping is an incidental phenomenon. So how relevant would the brick stores be, the brick model be, 10 years down the line?
So I think she's hit the nail on the head, right? And let me take us two questions over here. So if I look at the brick world, right, and what she rightly pointed out, and you have enough examples, if all of us just think back, there will be two shopping malls. One of them is doing phenomenally well, and it's the experience that that mall is actually giving me while it's doing well. Half a kilometer down the road, 2 kilometers down the road, there's another mall giving similar brands, similar products, similar shops, and it's dead or dead already. Okay, I stay in an area of Bombay which is Lokhandwala, where I think in the vicinity of my house, within that I would say 2-3 kilometer distance, there would be nothing less than 8 to 10 malls. And why I was nodding so much in agreement with what you said is because it was very, very clear that which are the malls which are actually looking at giving that experience, taking the trouble to engage with their customers, okay, as compared to other malls which were just looking at it as a place where I've got shops. And it's clear, very clear that which are the ones who are going to succeed and which are the ones who can thrive. But if you look at the click side of things, okay, and the point that you made that today or someone made that it's all about discounting and it's all about pricing. In my view, I've got a slightly different point of view on that, in the sense that yes, 80 or 90% of purchases today online are happening because you immediately think that मेरे को क्या discount मिलेगा, or let me now check out what's the kind of price that's prevalent online as compared to offline. But what slowly started happening is that the convenience factor is also beginning to play a role. So even for things where I know that I just need to pick up something, it's not really the discount. And I say like if I want this kind of a range, if I want to pick up okay, let me give you a good anecdote. Okay, a 7-year-old son runs up to me just a couple of weeks back, and he hands my phone over to me. And I'm like, yeah, tell me what happened. He says, Daddy, wo particular toy, why don't you please place an order for me? He doesn't care about the discount. He just knows Dad buys a lot of things online. मेरे को toy चाहिए, उसको phone दे दो, आ जाएगा. So slowly and steadily, I think the click world also is the convenience part is catching up. Is it there today? I would say no. Maybe it's just 10% convenience, 90% discount. But I think once you start, because human beings are very used to habits, the transition is happening. Yeah. And you become habituated then to the convenience factor. You can always ask me to order कर सकता हूँ. Or as I'm falling asleep, I place an order. I know it's going to come in 2 days. Of course, the immediacy also comes in. That can I collect it the next day morning on my way to office? That's where the blending is happening.
And in fact, some online players have really capitalized pretty well on the comfort or the ease part. To name, let's say, I keep buying my movie tickets from Book My Show or DVR.
Yes.
They actually charge me a convenience fee for that, and I still pay.
Yes.
And I'm very comfortable. So that is what we should be capitalizing on.
Yeah.
And instead of going for a discount or something. And I do believe that most of these online players have started thinking in those terms. And I think beginning March, most of the offline retailers have felt that thing also. If you go to some of these online players, the discounting has started coming down, especially in the category in which we play.
Yeah. So when you say discounting is coming down, I will ask you, Tinku, is it because valuations are getting seriously impacted?
Not the valuations, the cash flow which is difficult to get now.
You're asking me to spell Czechoslovakia.
No, I said that profitability is something which is like a big thing which cannot be ignored, and
does, what is happening is that I understand that everybody thought on those lines only. Online should control first thing when online happened, and trust me, whoever I have interacted in, even in those first 3 months while when we were starting. So what we do is that we as a business intelligence people, especially the thing when we talk about strategy, we talk to various people. Jisko jante we call up and say, how are you doing? What is it? we keep doing that. Why is that? That's the first thing that comes is valuation. So when everybody started at that point in time, and when people felt that okay, valuation is going to come, and then something good is going to happen post the valuation, then suddenly there has been basically showdown. I call it a showdown because a lot of things didn't work. A lot of big players who had promised me to take big things. So slowly and steadily, what people started like no delivery charges. We started stating that okay, there would be a delivery charges. No convenience fee, then convenience fee. No discount, huge discounting, the discounting margin to stand still. So, with this process, what people are doing is only the sustainable players stay. And then even if it's a valuation tomorrow, it has to be a wholesome meal. You just can't stay throughout your life only in carbs or only. You have to have a balance to live basically a standard life. So keeping that in mind, I understand that it is a difficult phase that somebody who had just thought that okay, I'm going to create that bandwidth and that valuation and then I'm going to exit out of that. It is difficult, but people who are going to stay have that thing in their mind that I want to actually give an experience to the customer, and then in that bargain I'm going to earn. I think that valuation is going to work rather than a short-term valuation.
But simply you have to understand that the transition, the word transition that you used from the discounting model to a convenience model, that's going to ruin your life. The way you are burning your money, the way you are burning your cash, what is the cost of the transition? Are you going to afford that cost? How long can you afford? And the base model which we are building today is purely on the discount value model. So how long one can sustain that model until the moment you stop doing it, the way he spoke, ₹1 किलो onion और ₹10 किलो onion में so 3000 किलो आ रहा है और 3000 order आ रहा है और 800 order आ रहा है. So this is going to happen because once you stop pressing the pedal down and say that no, I'm not going to offer discount, I'm going to offer. So the
is the word for transition. मतलब कि आप एक बार ही बंद करेंगे, somebody smokes. आप उनको देखें जो people who smoke, if they suddenly stop, what happens? Their hands start
shaking. The point is that all such models, they are not building a clear, loyal customer base. All they are trying to do is building a customer base which are looking for discounts. Now they are a fickle audience. They're going to go to the next store. They don't have no brand loyalty. They certainly don't have e-commerce brand loyalty. Why would they have it? They are there just for the right kind of deals that they get. So it's a very different mindset of a consumer that you get. I can see a tier 3 city there is, lack of saving sources, and yet the person wants to wear last season diesel. Well, it's fine. It's something that it's great where it makes sense. You're building that brand slowly but surely at a distant city where it's not possible for the brick and mortar to go to. There it makes sense. And otherwise, I think the consumer base, the loyalty is not getting built.
I think that's not diverted issue and then not start speaking about online versus offline.
Absolutely. One thing is given that both online and offline, they will coexist.
Of course.
None of them will die down. They both will grow together and they help.
Yeah, but how long can the discounting model survive for?
I think there are already talks about reducing the discounts and as I said in beginning of March, since beginning of March, we have started feeling that discounting online has started going down. If you see a discounting, even in offline store, during end of season sale, we all want to flush out our old material and we give discount. At that time, the malls are chock-a-block. You can't find parking, you can't get into this thing, you can't find even in food court or in F&B stores. But that is for a limited period of time. The fashion industry has to flush out the old inventory, bring refreshment for the customers, And that is how online stores will also have to act. As I said, online stores currently who are riding on discount, they are actually riding a tiger. They don't know how to get off because they are scared that if they get off, the tiger will eat them up. If they stop discounting all of a sudden, their valuation, their cash inflows, they will immediately stop. How will they survive? So it has to be done over a period of time. I think signs are already there, and it will take maybe maximum another year or so when all this discounting should start slowing down, if not vanish completely.
I think the key is that brick and mortar should realize that digitization is here to stay.
Yes.
And it is going to be a coexisting platform. And the more we adapt the good qualities of digitization, then we can go beyond, like Adil rightly said.
It's like a value add rather than.
Yeah. That's right. So today, for example, in malls, we are thinking, how do I create digitized trial rooms? How do I create endless aisles? How do I make the consumer experience better, but at the same time not lose my revenue share? Because I'm getting a customer. So the footfall is mine, so the revenue share is mine. So there has to be a logic to it. And then, of course, I think there is coexistence that's possible.
I think the click is going to create an impact, I think, say 2 to 3 years down the line, how that people, when people go for window shopping, they see a lot of things, but maybe I do not have that time.
Absolutely.
I do not have the time at that point in time to get into and to get into the details of that. So maybe I will not pay for a discount. What I want is a premium product, the right product, and it has got all the information along with it, where I am sure that whatever I am buying has got the right element. As you said, that anything is available online at this point in time is not so important position and cost. But when we have that 100% sure that something which I am ordering from so and so company and so brand and so and so logistic partner, I'm going to get the right thing at my doorstep. No matter what is the price, your son said, Papa will buy it happens today. Today our kids say, okay, when the rules advertisement comes, they say that okay, can we also do this? Then we say that okay, if the credit card has that limit, so we save these things to the people. So I think convenience factor as well as the right product quality is what is going to sustain the click model rather than the thought that the brick and mortar is going to eliminate, that is not going to happen. It will always act as a cherry, as a garnish type of thing, as a value add.
I think your wordings on brick and mortar being eliminated. I still want to once again bring back the focus onto the core segment, once again the segment which lives in the bigger part of India, where 80% of the population lives, where 80% of the consumption happens, where everybody requires that. Still shopping is a luxury.
Yes.
Still for them shopping is an experience. Still for them shopping is an outing, it's an event. It's the event that they celebrate, they buy, they go with the family, they want that experience to happen. And for those customer base which I am speaking about, it only occurs 2 or 3 times in a year. They don't buy every now and then. They don't have the money to buy every now and then. So for 2 or 3 times or 4 times a year, it is an investment decision that they do. It's an event that they do, and they wait for such event. They wait for such outing. They wait for such, because they feel shy. If they go to a store and they don't buy anything, those people feel shy coming out of the store. So they only come to the store when they want to buy. Then they don't want to lose this opportunity by buying online. Maybe. So yes, the experience in the store is going to be very, very important. The brick model has to follow that. How do you bring in your clicks to give that better experience is what is going to remain, and is going to remain forever. You need to keep addressing that issue, and I think that's the focus that we have to maintain as an offline.
So I just bring in Rahul here. Let's talk about experience, and in your store, it's all about experience. So in this, so how are you leveraging and aggregating the click model in the F&B space?
It's very simple. It's a 3,000-year-old recipe. What made beer? It's the same recipe. It's never changed. So it's not like we're not passing through this world. People who come and experience are actually there to de-stress. They don't want to de-stress. So like I said, the overburden of technology can actually stress them, and they're there for an experience. They're there for the experience. But one thing we realize is that as a business leader, as a brand, or as an experiential center, what we need to do is use the clicks. In our case, the clicks is the technology part to create what I call as the duck effect. So the duck effect is something when you see a duck in a pond or a lake. The ducks it seems like the most calm bird which is just floating. But if you see underneath, there's a huge amount of floating going on. That's what the duck does. So the customer has to see us as a calm, place. You go to a spa, I don't think even would like to hear a mobile phone ring. So that's the kind of thing. But the technology is really high. If I don't use technology, like I said, I would perish my own way because the relevance is very important. And the customer, like you said, we keep defining customer. To me, customer is actually very, very weird in its own way. Like they're not even varied and weird. Like for example, I was coming to this thing and I was asking, is there a dress code? So this is an ETRetail. There's no dress code, so you could wear whatever. So everybody is wearing whatever they feel like doing. That's the customer base. That's democratically looking at. So we have to actually go out. So there are some people who like free Wi-Fi. They demand free Wi-Fi. There's some people who say, I don't want Wi-Fi. Get my phone off my desk. So what we need to do is actually figure out, and that's where what others said, and actually something we really work high on, is what we call profiling or personalization. In a way that it's very, very subdued in the face of it, but there's a huge amount of analytics going on the back. So we use technology to kind of manage. One of the reasons we got funded twice over is because by Silicon Valley funds is because they saw the technology in the beer rather than the beverage as a beer. So there's a huge amount of technology. You just can't live without it.
Rahul, just a quick question. Sure. Okay, because I was talking to another client of ours. Sure. Not in the beer industry, but in the beverage industry. Sure. And I kind of put a provocative question to him. Are you really in the coffee business or are you in the real estate business?
That's Howard Schultz was asked, he said, in Howard he gone and done this, he said, what business am I in? And somebody said coffee, and somebody said experience. No, I'm real estate. I create real estate.
So it's the case with bank day also.
Yeah. So how do you see that for you?
Very important. At the end of the day, it is real estate. When you say real estate, that word itself, it is a third place or the fourth place for you to come out and have a good time. You can have the same place. So we are obviously also fighting another battle. When we talk about online, there's a two battle. When you buy a television, a 40-inch television, you know the price range. You know that I'm going to get this much and I'm going to be, so it's basically trying to fight out whether it's online or offline to clients. You have a problem with beverage. In our case, you know this beverage costs you 40 rupees on the street. You go to a takeaway, it costs you 40 rupees. I'm charging 200 rupees. That 160 rupees is coming from sitting there and experiencing it. So it's a very tough one. When you buy fuel, that's 60 rupees a liter. That's 60 rupees, period. There's no discounting. Here I have to upgrade you from a 40 rupee product in your mind to a 200 rupee shell out, plus taxes coming with it. So it is very important for us to have that real estate, like you said, which actually allows that person to come and say, yeah, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for this scheme. I'm willing to pay. Where I know the value. I know the value. So it's a very tough one.
Very, very interesting what you're saying. It goes to the very basic thing that if you commodify retail, you're diluting the experience.
Correct.
So in a way, marketplace, e-commerce, you're commodifying.
Yes.
And the moment you realize that, you say that you're in the business of creating occasions, experiences. That's your business. And creating communities. Then obviously the beer cafe is going to be strong. But an interesting use of technology that we are looking at using, I think your brain on it, is people come in, 40,000 people, 50,000 people walk in on a weekend, and you're shopping, but you want to have that dinner in Mamagoto or have it before that, have a drink at beer cafe. So you'd like to go to the concierge desk, click online, and make a booking. So that's an online approach to an offline experience. So these are the things, So these are very simple things, like book my show. So
you know where you're going to sit.
Technology, it has to be a route to a better experience. It can't be the experience. I think that's the key.
But Pulika, what about the online-offline alliance which goes beyond your immediate sphere? So aligning with online partners who are not necessarily in your environment to benefit the consumer.
So are you saying if a person like Pepper Fry or Yepme come over to my mall and say I want space here?
Yes.
Well, we are in dialogues.
Okay.
I have certain thoughts on this. If a particular online portal is in private labels, it is not a marketplace. And this is a moving thought, things can change.